So I am starting to add more Novo Nordisk to my portfolio, and I will just talk briefly about why I'm buying this stock now. Why finally am I pressing the buy button on this stock? It's had terrible performance. It's down 43% year to date, and some people think that there's more pain ahead, but I do not agree. And let's get into why. First of all, why now? I talked a bit on Discord, sent a voice note earlier after I saw all the layoff posts on LinkedIn, because I'm connected to a lot of people in Denmark. They did huge layoffs in Novo Nordisk as a measure, a cost-cutting measure to bring up future margins to stay more competitive compared to Eli Lilly. And this is expensive. We saw this in the earnings report being mentioned, restructuring costs, and this clearly affected margin. Of course, the new deal made in America that will exempt Novo and Lilly from tariffs, fixing the price will also hurt the margin short term, but this is already priced in, as this fantastic company finally has a price to earnings ratio lower than 15. I did not think that I would see Novo trading at multiples like this. Currently 13.69 in price to earnings as I'm recording this video. They are already starting to bounce back slightly. But I will continue to add more of this stock to my dividend portfolio. The one that I show from time to time, where I do the challenge, road to $100,000 in a dividend portfolio, where I see how quickly I can take a portfolio from 0 to 100,000 American dollars if I had to do the process all over again. And just look at the yield now, 3.48%. It's well covered, and they have continued to do dividend increases. They have done this consistently. And right now, in the future, we know that Americans love pills. They love their pills. They do not like injections. And I think that Novo will have the first mover advantage with the peptides for weight loss. Of course, a bit tougher than the Eli Lilly version, which does not require dietary restrictions, but with the Novo peptide, you have to eat it in the morning, and then you have to refrain from eating for 30 minutes. And refraining from eating for 30 minutes, I think this can be very hard for the Americans. They want to get their pancakes with syrup as quickly as possible, and probably half a liter of Coca-Cola. That's what I imagine the American breakfast looks like. So a bit harder, joke aside. But this valuation, once again, 13.69. We have the restructuring cost behind them. It's expensive to lay somebody off in Denmark. Denmark is what Americans would call a socialist country. We have strong unions, worker protection, and you can't just lay off people willy-nilly. There will be negotiations with the union, there will be severances. I saw people posting cakes online showing, congrats on the severance. Of course, a bit tongue-in-cheek. It's never fun to be laid off, but nonetheless, this cost showed up on the earnings call. I talked about that on the Discord. We saw a drop immediately after earnings on lower than expected margins, but now I think that the worst is behind them. We see analysts' expectations have gotten a lot lower because they have missed now. They have missed a few times in a row, and rather than just missing again, they are playing it very, very conservatively now, looking at the 2026 guidance. So all in all, I think that the price is right now for me to buy Novo Nordisk. I'm happy with the position in United Health, but below 300, continued to buy up. And I think that right now, in terms of risk to reward, this quality health pharmaceutical company is a buy for me in the dividend portfolio. Of course, not a growth stock, not going to have the amazing results that buying a correctly priced growth stock would give you, but I think in terms of risk to reward, in terms of building income over time in the form of dividend to smooth out consumption, if you have a sales job or if you're a bit older and restructuring your portfolio, well, then this could potentially be a stock for you to look at, do some more analysis, and perhaps if you like what you see, add to your portfolio. In my case, I like what I see, so I will be adding this to the dividend portfolio in this case. Alright, that's been it for this video, talking a bit about Novo Nordisk, and as always, hope you guys make a ton of money, whatever investments you decide to make. Take care now, bye bye.